Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman from our College Football Today studios here exclusively for CBSSports.com. Oregon's loss to Arizona on Thursday not only shook up the BCS picture, Dennis Dixon's season-ending injury reshuffled the Heisman race. Also factoring in that Hawaii's Colt Brennan took only 2 snaps on Friday. So who is the front runner in the Heisman race, Spencer?
Well, I don't think it can be anybody but Tim Tebow, and it's unfortunate that Dennis Dixon get injured, but when you look at Tebow's numbers, Tim's 42 touchdowns, that's more than 85 Division I programs he's accounted for. So when you look at his total body of work, I don't see if there's a better player at the position in America.
He is a sophomore, however.
Well, that's all right.
And I've got him number 1 on my list, but I mean, you've only got about 900 or so voters. A lot of these guys, former Heisman winners, they're old school, they're old guard. The idea of an underclassman, someone that young, they just have not done that in the past.
But I've had discussions with you, and you're one of those guys that has that attitude. I think we've got to go back and revisit this. Again, it goes back to that argument about Chris Winkie, 28 years of age, he wins a Heisman Trophy. Why do we discriminate against a young guy? Just because he's young, he can't control when he was born.
I'm not saying I won't vote him number 1. I'm saying I don't believe he can win. I don't believe he can win. I don't believe he can win because he's too young. He's got another opportunity to be a Heisman winner as a junior. I think the voters know that.
You framed that up very nicely. Will you vote for him?
Yeah, right now I would vote for him, number 1. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of people are going to hitch their wagons to Darren McFadden because he was number 2 last year, and he's got 2 great opportunities against Mississippi State today and, of course, against LSU on the Friday after Thanksgiving. If he posts some great numbers, I think he's going to be the guy. He's a senior.
I agree that Darren McFadden is definitely in a position to make hay, but when you look at Tim Tebow, he's going to have an opportunity as a quarterback to throw passes. I think he's only second to Bradford in efficiency in the nation right now. He's going to do it as a runner. You look at his running numbers.
Oh, no, they're incredible.
Like a premier running back.
Yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable when you look at it. So he's got more ways to make things happen.
I don't think you can take your eyes off of Colt Brennan either because, I mean, he's undefeated.
Well, most of the country has to by default because nobody sees it.
Well, they're going to see him now, though. He's going to be on television coming up with Washington and against Boise State. Both teams will be undefeated in the WAC going into that game in all likelihood. And even with the 2 snaps taken, look at his numbers. He just absolutely dwarfs all the other quarterbacks. I think he's going to get an invitation. And this kid from Tulane, Matt Forte, is the best running back you really haven't seen.
Well, they've been hyping him up. He's got over 1,800 yards rushing. And believe me, the Tulane Sports Information Department is out doing their business right now to prop him up. But I think that with regard to Hawaii and their quarterback, 44-77, that's their opponent's record. When you look at that, I think voters are going to, again, consider the competition. It just isn't there, Tim.
I got to tell you, just finding 4 or 5 guys to invite is not going to be easy. Remember, we'll be with you Saturday afternoons throughout the season on the College Football Today.